H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing, and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys, how we are different from our competitors. 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus, one-time fee and lifetime access to classes, access to recorded sessions of live classes. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For a free demo class, visit us at h2kinfosys.com.
Okay, configuration manager dot app settings dot get. I can get here the connection string. So I need to give this case sensitive. So always I suggest you to copy it from the web.config file. Copy this and put it here, and then we can actually get this. Okay, now I have this connection now, connection string. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll add a method. So I will add a method here, public data set. So what is the namespace for dataset? Let me put control dot and enter. So I'm getting it. So I need public dataset get employee details or get department details. Okay. So now what this method will do is you'll write a command. So I already have connection string there. So what I'll do here is I'll write a command also here so that I can reuse it. So public connection SQL connection. Why I'm not getting? So this also I need to add the namespace. So let me delete it. Just a second. So I need to include the namespaces, proper name, all the namespaces. So let me include that. So using system.data.sql client. Okay, so now I have added. So what I'll do here, public SQL connection con equal to new SQL connection, and actually I can give the connection string here. So what is the connection string? I have above. So what I can do here, connection string. Okay, so now I am done with this connection string. Now what else I need now? Just a second. Okay, I got it. Okay, now I'm getting the value here. So now what I need here, I need to get the values from the database. So I need a command. So SQL command cmd is equal to, what is the command to get from department table? Cmd is equal to, so we need to call a stored procedure here, but now let's try to instead of stored procedure, let me write it here. So select star from department. So this will give me the complete details. So what I need to do here, so to populate this command, I think you already remembered the steps we have. So let me put those steps. First thing connection, and then command, and then data adapter, and then dataset. So now connection, we already have it connection. So we have the connection. Okay, so I made it global. So I have written the connection here so that other classes can reuse it. I don't want to put it inside every method. So if I put it here above this methods, I can use it in all the methods. Even I can use it in get employee details method also, this connection. So that's the reason I made it outside the methods. I have not written inside here. So connection is done. So what is the command? Command is this one. So let me copy this, Control X, and put it here. Okay, I'm writing the command here. So now this SQL command I need to write like this, new SQL command, and I can actually put here inside this. I need to put string command text and connection. So what is my string command? So I need right here, select star from select star from department, and then what I need to write here, comma, and we need to write here connection, so CYNN connection, done. And then after that, what I need to do, I'm done with the command. I give the table name and I give the connection to it. I'm done with the command. Now, so when we are using data adapter, you don't need to open the connection. It will open the connection for you automatically. So what you need to do, SQL data adapter DA is equal to new SQL data adapter, and inside this you need to provide command. What is your command? CMD. Now, what is the data set? So you have to declare dataset ds department is equal to new dataset, and then what you need to do, fill the dataset. Fill the dataset from using data adapter. Okay, so how to fill? da.fill ds department. That's all. When we are done with this, return ds department. Okay, so we are done with method. This method will get the department details. Now what we need the method to get the employees based on department. So we need a method here. We need to write another one. Public data set get employee details by department ID. Okay, so this is important. So now what we need to here, int department ID. See here, now what we do, we need to write the same thing. Connection, we already have it, so we can reuse the code here. So what is our command? Select star from employee, where empid is equal to, you need to write here employee ID is equal to plus department ID, DEPT ID. So this is actually department ID. Okay, so is it the same department ID? Yeah, it is department ID. So what we are doing here, this method will get the department ID as parameter, and it will write the query select star from employee where department ID equal to this, and then comma connection. And data adapter same, and data set is also same, and ds we will give like this, ds employee, and we'll write here ds employee, and we'll return ds employee. Okay, we're done. So we are done with this get department details, and we are done with get employee details by department ID. So we have two methods, and these methods ideally we should have created a separate project called separate console library, separate class library, as we saw in the three-tier architecture project, but I just created here MyDB class. So let me rebuild this. Okay, we are done. So now MyDB class is here. So I'll go to this. What is the namespace for MyDB class? Web application 53. And what is the namespace for this? .cs file. Web application 53. So ideally I should get the MyDB class. Okay, I'm getting. Okay, so what I'll do here, I'll make these methods as static methods, so that I don't need to create an object. So public static get department details, and here I'll make this static. So now I can access this methods directly. Class name dot get department details, class name dot get employee details by department ID. So what I'll do here, I'll go to this one. Now what I need to do is populate the department dropdown. Okay, so now I need to populate the department dropdown first. So where is my department? Here I have this department. Okay, now let's see how to populate the dropdown. For the first time we are seeing how to populate a dropdown list. So now, so data set, so let me write this here using system.data. Okay, so now data set ds departments is equal to mydb class dot get department details. That's all. So now this will give me the department details. So now I need to, this is a table. So now I need to loop through it and I need to add it. So now for where um, where item in DS department or rows, for each EMP row in DS department of dot tables of 0. I'll tell you why we need to put this. Okay, in this dot rows, so every row you have to take it from this. Okay, so I'll tell this, don't worry if you're not getting it. So why this is having like this? Okay, we need to write a for each, sorry. Yeah, so for each where, and I need to write here dot rows. Yeah, okay, every row I'm taking row by row in this, and then what I need to do here is I need to assign this to, I need to add that to the list item. So what is the drop down list name? DDL department dot items dot add. Okay, I need to add new list item, and then I will put here like this. Okay, so what is that? We need to have text. Text is equal to we have two columns, right, in department. So we need to write like this: emp row of what is that column name we need to put here, comma, and value we need to have emp row of, we need to put here. So now, so what is the text? So text is, if you go to the SQL server, so if you see here department, this is the text, department name. So DAPT name, and other one is DAPT ID. So let me go back here. So for text I need to put here DAPT name. For value I will put here DAPT ID. So I'll tell you why. So now we are done. So now let me give here data row. What is the type of this here? Data row. So we have here data row. Yeah, now this will go data row in this, and then why we are not getting here this one. So data row, ideally we should get it column name, so we should get it. Okay, so what is the type of this? This is actually object. So but this is actually a string. So what you need to do here, dot to string. Both left side and right side you need to have both the same data types. Okay, so we are done. That's how we need to add the elements. Okay, so that's all. This is a code to add the values from so I'll explain this now. So anyway, we wrote the method get department details. The department details will return a data set. So a data set is a data set is like a group of tables. So we can have one table, we can have two tables, like that. So we saw in the previous class, like if you have a semicolon here and then you have some other select statement, we'll get two tables. So as of now I have only one select query, so I'll get only one table. So for that one table, so index is 0. So department dot tables of 0, because index of that starts from 0. And then I'm taking rows, so number of rows. So I'm looping it. Every row I'm adding that into this DDL department. So DDL department, I'm adding the values into this. So let me run this and see how it looks like. So if we get any error, we'll correct it. So let me run this. So we got some error. What is that error? We'll correct it now. My DB class, an object reference is required for non-static. So where is it? Okay, so it is mentioned as connection string. So let me make this as static. So we made the methods are static. So let me make this. So let me rebuild this now. Okay, so let me run this project. So ideally we should see department until and unless if we get any error in the connection string. Either data source or any connection string is wrong, it will not work. So let's see. Yeah, ideally it should not take this much time. Let's see. Yeah, so we got an error. So what is the error now? My company requested by login failed. So now looks like the login has failed. Cannot open the database my company. So I should have given without space in the web.config. So let me change it to my company. So database name, you should not put space here. Okay, so let me run this. Okay, good. Now I'm getting an error saying like um, cannot open database my company requested by login failed. Again it is showing login failed. Let me rebuild it. The previous error only has executed now. Let me rebuild this and run this now. Let's see whether we get any error now. So this is how you need to rectify your errors. Even sometimes you might need to do resets now. So now I'm getting another error. A default document not configured for the URL. Okay, so okay. So I need to mention a startup page. So I need to right click on this employee details, right click on this set as startup page. Now let me run this. Ideally I should not get these types of forbidden errors, but anyway. So I'm getting the department here. So I'm getting IT and admin. So now on selecting this IT, and I should actually get this value here. So before that, normally let me do some quick formatting here. So let me add a BR tag and BR tag, and then what we normally have is we will have a something called select department. So before entering into this, what you need to do, you need to write like this. So you need to write ddl department dot items dot add. You need to write new item. You need to write like this. So text is equal to select department, okay, and then comma value is equal to, you need to write 0 comma selected is equal to true. Okay, so the reason why you need to give this is you should actually have you should see that people should know that you have to select department. So for example, when you run this now, okay, this should be in 0. Okay, no problem. So let me run this now. Now you can see here select department, so you can select here like this. Now the question is, when I select this, automatically I should see the employees here. For that, what you need to do here is you need to make sure you need to change add one attribute for this. So till now, is it clear all of you how you are populating the drop down list from the database? Any questions here? All of you, any questions here? I don't see any response. Yeah, okay. So first thing, we have a database layer, so where we have a method get department details. Okay, so the purpose of this get department details is we are getting select star from employee. Okay, so this select star from department will give you the table details, complete department details. Now what we are doing here, we came to this page, and what we are doing, we are calling that method get department details method, and here we are writing this is a drop down list. You have to add the elements to the drop down list. So how we are adding elements? First I added one element, say for example select department. So this is one element I added, because the first one you need to have like this, select department, and then I have written a for each loop. For each loop I have written, and then I have written I'm getting each row from this table. First row I got it, I added that first row to the drop down list. So it will add first IT department, then it will loop again, and now it will add the second one, which is this is the code which we need to add for populating the department drop down. Element by element we are adding to drop down, that's all. It's straightforward. So one is text and one is value. Okay, so the reason why we added text and value is, so when you run this code, you can see here, right click on this view source, If you see view source, you will see here that I have value 1, value 2 and value 0. This is to differentiate which one you have selected. This value only we need to pass to get the we need to pass this value to get the respective employee. Okay, so that is the reason why we have this value here, and we have this text is to display. So we added item and text and value. Is it clear, all of you? Now how many of you got it? Okay, so I got only one response from Mona. How about others?
Hey, Meghna.
Yeah,
So can you drop down the select department?
yeah.
Not from here, the page, yeah, from the web page.
Okay,
I'm talking about the output, not from here.
okay, yeah.
Can you click on the drop down?
Yeah.
So what happens when I click on IT?
Now nothing will happen. We have to write the code.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking
So
about
this,
whether you understood till here.
okay. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, my question is whether all of you understood till populating this drop down, first drop down. Don't worry about the second one. We are yet to write the code. Okay. Is it clear, all of you? I'm not getting the response from others. Okay.
Selected equal to true, it means like whatever we are selecting in the Dropbox has to be true.
Yeah, that is selected. Good question. The selected equal to true will will ensure that this one is selected by default. You want only this one to be when the page loaded. You want this one to be selected, right? Because people should see like, okay, select a department from this. So that's the reason why we made selected true.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what we need to do is we have to add an attribute for this one called auto postback equal to true. So now what I need to do here for this drop down list, I need to add an attribute called auto postback equal to true. So when you put this auto postback true, what happens is every time when you change something, it will fire an event. So I go to the design. I'll go to the design view. I made for this one, I made auto post back true, and I'm now double clicking on this. So let me double click on this. Now it added selected index changed event. So selected index changed event, I need to write the code. So what is that code? Let me copy paste this. So what I'm doing here, DS department, I don't want DS department now, DS employee. So what is that I need to get here? Dot get employee details by department ID. And what is that department ID? Department ID is the value which I selected in the drop down list of that one. So DDL employee DDL department dot items dot selected. We have something called selected items or selected index. So here selected value or selected index or selected item, we have three things. So if you're selected item dot or selected value, let me put here. Okay, so let's assume what is this? This is a string or what? This is a string. So we need to convert this to integer. So let me put here convert to int. Okay, so now I'll explain this now. So what we are trying to get is from the drop down list, based on the value which you selected, you need to pass that to the to this method get employee details. Okay, so now are you able to hear me now, all of you? Ravi, you're able to hear me? Okay. Now for this method I want to pass for this department ID I want to pass which employee for this method I want to pass which department I was selected in the previous drop down. So for that I mentioned DDL department dot selected value. Now I need to give here, I don't need to give select department here. So and then what I need to do, I need to put it here DDL employee, right? DDL employee dot items dot add. So I don't want this one now because I don't have to put select employee or something. So now what I need to add here, I need to write DS employee. So let me copy this and paste it here, and here DDL DDL employee, right? That's all. We are adding an employee table. And what is this? I need to add text. Text is I need to add employee name. So let me put it this one, employee name. Where is this? And here, what is that value? That one, EMPID. That's all. Very simple. See now. So all I'm doing is I'm getting the value. So let me put a breakpoint here and verify whether I'm getting the proper selected value or not. Say for example, let me run this. Now I'm actually getting departments, so let me select IT department, and now it will fire the event because I made auto post back true. And what is that is coming here, selected value. Okay, it's coming as 1. So I selected ID, so I selected IT department, so it's coming 1. So let me press F5. So I am getting an error here. So what is that error? Cannot have multiple items selected in the drop down list. Okay, so what we need to do, here I need to put here DDL employee dot items dot selected index is equal to 0. Let me put like this. Okay, so let me run this. I'll tell you why we got that error. So we are selecting IT department. Ideally we should not get this. Let me close it. Text is equal to DS employee. Okay, data row. Okay, so we are looping through this rows and adding this to this. Okay, let me put a breakpoint and see what is the error we are getting. Let me run this. So let me select IT department. So we came here, press F10, press F10. So now, so we have, ideally we should have the first, let me see what is there in the tables. So we should have 2 employees. So employee ID 1, okay, employee ID 1 I have. So I need to change the employee ID. Okay, I have it. Employee ID 1 and employee ID 2. I have Rajesh and Sankar, so should be fine. So these are the values which I'm getting from database. So, but ideally I should not get, right? I should only get for that ID. So I'm getting something wrong here because I should only get 1 employee. Okay, both belongs to IT department, so that's right. So press F10. Okay, I wrote this inside this. Okay, let me press F10. So now I added this other item and then press F10. Okay, so it is fine. Why I'm getting error? Cannot have multiple items selected in a drop down. Okay, okay, let me run this. For which drop down we are getting error here? So let me select admin. For which drop down? Okay, So we'll do one thing. Let me put it like this. Okay, so let's see whether this works. But you got idea now how to now see how it happens. So this is how you need to populate. Only thing is, for the first drop down list you need to add auto post back true, and then you need to double click on that. So let me press F5. Cannot have multiple items selected in the drop down list. I'm not selecting multiple items, but still we are getting this error. So why we are getting this? So DDL DS employee dot rows, okay, and we are adding it here. And are we getting same employee ID? No, we are not getting same employee ID. Okay, yeah, it is from this. Okay, I got it. Thank you for Padmini. So what I need to do, I need to add this here, if not post back. So if page dot is post back, I'll tell this what is this page post back. I think I already discussed, but let me put this here. We need to populate this only for the first time when the page is loaded. So now let me run this now. Yeah. Now we will get it for sure, 100%. Anyway, I'll explain this again. So admin department, now I'm getting this breakpoint. Let me press F5. Now for which one we are getting? Just a second. Okay, I need to change this DDL employee. Now this is not required. I'm 100% sure now we should not get any error. Let me run this. I'm running out of time. Let me run this. Okay, I'll select IT department. You will see Rajesh and Shankar. I'll select admin department, and okay, you should only see Bharat. So what we need to do, you need to actually, on selected index change, you need to clear the elements. So here DDL employee dot items dot clear. Otherwise what will happen now, the previous values will be there as it is. So let me run this. So now I'm selecting IT department, I'm seeing Rajesh and Shankar. Now I'm selecting admin department, I'm seeing Bharat. So only Bharat is there. Now I'm selecting IT, I have Rajesh and Shankar. Okay. So anyway, I'll explain this again in the next class for 5 to 10 minutes. So how many of you understood this? Yeah, Padmini, I think you already have some knowledge. So how about others? Anyone understood this? See, what we are doing here, we are just the reason why I have made this as east post back is every time when you click on, when a drop down list are selected or anything changes, this page load event will be fired automatically. So anyway, I'll explain this again. I'll have this project as it is. Okay. So that's all for today. In the next class, I'll join on time. We'll try to complete this. Any doubts we have, we'll try to complete, and we'll proceed with the pending topics. We'll try to complete this in this week, and we'll try to work on the project for the next week. So I'll explain the project requirements, and I'll give you 1 week time, and we'll connect again after 1 week. So we're almost done. So we'll quickly refresh in the next class all the topics, and then we'll try to proceed on the pending topics. Okay. So Ravi, did you get some idea on this? Is your question, right? Which you asked a couple of weeks back. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll explain this again in the beginning of the next class. Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much. I need to start another class now. So.